Hello, I'm Roxy.
Hello, I'm Diana. Today, we're starting on season 10 of 90 Day Fiance. Dearly beloved.
We are gathered here today to
Yeah.
discuss these Looney Tunes. So excited.
Yeah. There are a couple doozies, and then obviously our queen, Jasmine,
Yes.
is back.
What are your just like overall thoughts from the beginning? I mean, we'll get to everybody, but just like overall thoughts for this season thus far. I don't think we met everybody, obviously, but
Yeah, we haven't met everybody. I fucking love Jasmine. I can't wait. Their characters, there's two couples that have been like, this is like their second time around, which I think
oh
is really
yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
And then there's one couple that, at least at the moment, I just don't care about.
Is that Rob and Sophie?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
like their storyline, I'm just like, do you want to start with them? Maybe.
sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Rob has, well, he's dumb, but he also has like dumb face, kind of like Statler from last season of Before the
Yeah,
90.
yeah,
Like they both have pretty bad dumb face.
yeah.
um,
Like, okay, so another thing, at least from the couples that we are currently meeting, besides Gino, Gino lives in Canton, Michigan, but the other ones are in like New York, LA.
mm,
So it's not like the middle of nowhere. Cause a lot of times with 90 Day Fiance, it's like, oh, I'm coming from Paris and now I'm in the middle of like Ohio. And
Florida.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
I guess that's true. I think we're going to have
I think so too.
some bumblefuckers in the next crop that we meet, probably next.
Wait, what's a bumblefucker? You don't mean
Just
like,
people that is, I just made that up. It's just
oh, cool.
people in bumblefuck. I don't think
Oh,
you can
bumfuck nowhere.
bum. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was like, Bumble, like the dating app? You're like,
Oh.
yeah, there are some Bumble fuckers. Because isn't Rob and Sophie, that's like one of their things that they're like both on?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. So yeah, I made that up. That's not real. Bumble people in bumblefuck nowhere. Yeah.
We're gonna reuse that.
Okay.
It also just is fun to say. Okay.
It is. It is.
Okay, so Sophie is 23 from London. Rob
London.
is 32 from Inglewood, LA.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a significant age gap, 9 years. She is so young.
Yeah.
They're both models and influencers in some way. They're both
Yeah,
hot and they want to
I'm
be
very
with hot
curious.
people.
I'm very curious what Rob's other hot people side gigs are. I'm also like so concerned about his living situation. Like, is that up to code? It's like that. That is very, very bizarre.
It
Um,
it looks like weird like a student. Like when I was in college, I'd be like, "Oh, cool, my own place," and I just have to go out to the courtyard to pee.
yeah.
Like, but he's
It sounds like
32.
it sounds like the shower is out there too.
Yeah, and like he was trying to clean it, which was nice, but I they kept showing that dirty mop, and it's like dirty mops don't clean things.
Yeah, totally.
Um,
Pretty gnarly. Yeah, he calls himself a jack of all trades, but he models so they know each other because they're hot.
yeah.
I love how
Um,
when we meet Rob, he's doing the chest fly at the gym and he's like he says in his ITM, "Yeah, I care about looks. Both looks and personality, but I care about looks too. Sophie is the hottest person that I've been with, and so that's what I've really been looking for."
he also said something like I consider myself attractive, so I think it's fine for me to want to be with someone that's attractive.
Totally.
I like it.
Okay, so you're just admitting that you're like vapid and shallow, and
Yeah,
that's actually all you
wanted a
care about.
fine ass woman.
A fine ass woman, yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm kind of confused on how long they've known each other because, like, at one point he says 2 years, she says
Right.
2.5, 3 years.
Mhm.
Then at one point they said something about like talking online for 6 months. Well, okay, I guess they were talking online for 6 months, and then she went and lived with him essentially in LA for 2 months in that impeccable apartment.
Yes. I'm like, he must have they must have a grip on each other because, like, she went and she lived in this, like, tin can apartment and showered outside for 2 months,
Yeah.
and she's, like, wants to get married and move there. It's
Yeah, and she
bizarre to
like
me.
proposed it
I
essentially. She was
know.
like, "Well, we could do the K-1 visa." Like,
Yeah, I think that she must have looked up the K1 before, like, I think she definitely researched it before
but what I
she
also don't understand is
got there.
if she like she comes from money, they say, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
can't people with money do what they want?
They can.
Is that
I
is that not I mean,
No,
society
it's
has showed me that.
yes.
They get away with murder, literally.
Literally, yes. I just kept wondering why he's not going to London. Like, we see her talking to her mom in her nice ass apartment with, like, it looks like she's in the literal penthouse with, like, a wraparound
Yeah, it's
balcony.
nice. Yeah.
And she clearly has some kind of trust fund from whatever her grandpa does that she has no idea what her grandpa does, just that he works really hard
Yeah.
and has, like, moved to London and Mexico and whatever. And I'm like, and, like, her mom clearly doesn't have shit going on, is clearly living off the trust
Yeah,
fund because
following
she just
her.
goes wherever. So I'm like, why does your next adventure have to be like this tin can apartment? Why
Yeah.
can't you bring Rob over to live in your nice ass penthouse?
Or can't she help upgrade the living experience?
She says, Rob is a real man, but he doesn't do all the things a real man is supposed to do.
Okay. He's a
Which makes
knob,
me He's a
according to
knob,
his
which
mom
makes
her
me
mom.
think that she wants to be treated a certain way. She, like, has all these expectations and just has she's like a magical thinking person, like, maybe because she's really young or maybe because she is rich and has been able to just, like, quote unquote manifest things through her grandpa's trust fund, you know, like, maybe she just expects him
Maybe
to be able to do stuff magically.
maybe the trust fund's running out and she wants a guy to take care of her, but this does not seem like that guy.
Twist.
That was just a drama that I just invented. But also it seems like she's an ambitious career woman. She's an influencer. She's a model. She likes free clothes. It's a great place to be. LA is a great sorry, I mean LA is a great place to be if that's the sort of things that you're into.
Sure. So maybe that this she's using Rob as a stepping stone to get to LA and
And
upgrade her influencer career.
maybe there's more bi people in LA.
Oh yeah, we find out that she's bi and hasn't told Rob.
I'm
Um
so happy that this is a secret.
I also love that when so she goes and, like, meets her friend at some bar and she tells her friend, and her friend seems genuinely surprised about this news. She's like, didn't know that
Mhm.
she was bi. She's also young. Like, I didn't come out to myself until I was like 29. And then I did that and everyone was like, yeah, you're so fucking gay. Um was that not your thought, Diana?
I remember you told me and I was like, "Yeah. Okay, you need to say it out loud.
Yeah.
Okay. I am here for you."
So she says, like, "Oh, yeah, we're getting married, but, you know, maybe he'll be able to, like, maybe I'll be able to negotiate something down the line."
Yeah.
Oh, just her friend's like, "Well, but you're getting married. Like, you're being married." Oh
But
god.
She also says that she wants to explore this side of her before she gets married, but she wants to, like, she obviously has to tell this secret to Rob, and then she needs to start exploring it, all within 3 months while planning a wedding.
While planning a wedding. Okay, I think this first episode really packed in the comedy. I was, like, laughing for a lot of it. I just think these 2 are ridiculous. They're so
Yeah,
ridiculous.
okay, so we kinda glossed over why I'm bored with them already, and I don't mean to sound insensitive, but so they both kept saying that they're from different backgrounds. She, like, has her grandparents or, like, family
Mhm.
wealth and, like, grew up in good like, nice houses and, like, traveled and all of this stuff. He had an opposite experience. He didn't really go too far into it, but he's a hustler essentially. Like, he's had to, like, work a bunch and not always in the nicest places. Is
He
that
said he
Am I
lived
explaining
on a
that correctly?
Yeah, he said he lived like, he said he doesn't mind living in this studio apartment with no bathroom because he's lived on a mountain in Oregon where it seems like you just go in the woods. I was like, "What was that?"
That sounds like a camping adventure.
But
Yeah, I know.
what
What
was
was that? But
that?
when he said that, I was like, "E hmm."
I hope we get some clarity on that one because that was
Yeah.
a bizarre thing to just, like, throw out and then just leave it there.
Yeah.
Like, "What?"
Probably because he didn't,
Okay.
like, have a like, it probably was camping for, like, a month.
Okay. Okay, but yeah, please elaborate on why
Okay.
you're bored
So
of them already.
so the different backgrounds, but then the like, shared experience of, I don't know if he's mixed race, but she's mixed race and had, like, felt alienated growing up because she was the only Black person in her boarding schools or whatever. I feel for her for that, and I get how they bonded, but I'm bored of the she's a princess, he's gonna, like, teach her how to, like, how, like, the other half lives. Like, I don't care.
Well, I think that's gonna be a lot of their storyline.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope the bisexual thing really just blossoms.
yeah, they are teeing up a lot of different stuff. Like her mom might end up over there. She's bi and he doesn't know. Maybe she's
Mhm.
looking for women on Bumble. Like there's a lot of things that they're
Yeah, and,
teeing
like,
up that could be
what does
fun.
he do, right?
Yeah, what does he actually
We
fucking do?
we do know that he is an outstanding choreographer.
Oh my god. I was so confused about this whole situation. Like his friend Tarai is
Yeah.
really hot. I
Yeah, I was gonna say
was
he's hot.
I was very happy to meet Tarai. Tarai met her, thinks that her vibe is weird. She's too young and she's doing things that make him think she's not here for Rob. And then he explains all this shit. And that's when I was like, and then they kind of like zoomed in on Rob being like denying or like deflecting all these like weird behaviors, like her being on Bumble looking for other people, and Tarai being
Is
like,
there Sorry, is there a friendship component to those apps?
yeah. So I haven't been on Bumble in a few years, but there was a thing where you could like look for friends, and it's like kind of weird.
That's even creepier. I feel like I mean, I guess if you've moved to a place, but anyway,
Yeah.
the
So then they
Bumble
like,
fuckers.
but yeah, they zoomed in on his face when he's like deflecting, and that's when I was like, oh, you're dumb. You have dumb face. Aw, you're
Great.
so dumb. But yeah, what is this dancing and then dropping into a proposal at the airport? This
Yeah.
like I don't think she's gonna like that. She's 23 and like seems to want to get married despite all this shit that's happening. And then he's gonna do it in the airport after like a dumb dance.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Okay.
think she's
I
gonna
mean,
like that.
That's better than her suggesting a K-1 visa.
Yeah.
And, well, let's remember that he's starting out the dance by pledging allegiance to Sophie and like rolling his head or something. Like it was like not. It was a stance.
He
It
did
was
that
not a
was pretty
step.
funny. Like
Yeah.
he did that like pause before and his friend was like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "What is this?" And then he's like, "That's all I got." And I'm like, "Ah, you got me. That's hilarious."
Yeah. So she's pretty. I do have a
Yes.
question. Did you
It's not
notice?
her real hair.
I know it's not her real hair, but did you notice the piece of hair that was coming from the middle
Uh-huh.
to the other side? Is that just like something that people who are wearing wigs do? Do you know
I
what
don't
I'm talking
know.
about?
Yeah, I think so. It only showed up in like a couple scenes though, so I feel like maybe she just like pulled her hair back in a weird way, or maybe like
No, I
the
noticed it the
lace.
whole time.
Oh,
And
really?
at
Okay.
first I was like, oh, is that like a cool thing that the 20 somethings are doing? Should I start doing that? And then I was like, that looks
Yeah,
odd.
you should do that with your blonde wigs that you wear every day.
Okay. Don't threaten me with a good time.
I am like kind a little bit disturbed by her choice of hair and her aesthetic. Like I get there it's kind of also kind of sad that they're both like bonding over like racist bullying. Like that's the thing
Yeah.
that's like
Hmm.
brought them together. And then you look at pictures of her as like a kid and it's pretty clear that she's had a nose job and either like it's darker or
You
it's
were
like there's
so in tune with these things.
what plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I watch videos all the time. I love it. I watched a video this morning about Brad Pitt's mid-face lift and like all you need is someone to point it out to you and you're like, "Oh yeah, he did get a mid-face lift." It's really
Cool.
obvious when you like really look at it. But yeah, she's clearly had a nose job. I don't know if there's skin lightening or like just growing up in Spain, you know, she probably there's more like sun there, so she got like a lot paler. But the whole aesthetic with like the blonde hair is like kind of whitewashing herself and it's kind of a
Exactly.
bummer. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the blonde hair. That's what I thought with the blonde hair. And I just figured, like, I mean, there's all sorts of tones, skin tones. So I didn't even think that she would have, like, maybe lightened it. And I did not notice the nose job, but I was thinking, like, yeah, that hair, you're whitewashing yourself. Is that
Hmm.
the term?
I don't know. Maybe that's not the term, but I mean, she definitely doesn't seem to want to play up her, I don't know, the black parts of herself.
Hmm. Yeah.
Although a lot of just like being on like we've talked about this before that just like Gen Z's online language is basically African American vernacular English,
Mm.
AAVE, and people just say that it's like internet talk, but it's actually like the specific
Hmm.
like rhythms and words that are used by Black Americans and appropriated.
Hmm.
So, and that's just like, and also just like basically everything stylish and cool comes from
Yep.
people. So she's definitely using some kind of aesthetic and making herself look whiter, but like
Hmm.
also, yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah. But I want you to remember that they're both models
Yes, 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 yes,
that
yes,
are going to
yes.
live in LA
Yeah.
and be on Bumble fucking.
How did he get from Bumblefuck to this tin can in LA? I kind of want to know more about Rob. Like, I think he is stupid, but I'm also very curious about his background
Me
and
too.
how he got to LA and just like, I mean, you have to wonder about people that meet on social media and like think it's a good idea.
Well,
I
when
guess
you're
I,
hot, you're hot, and you
yeah,
want to surround yourself with hot.
yeah, I'm thinking too hard about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it didn't go far into his background and his upbringing. So hopefully
Mhm.
we'll learn more. But my initial guess is that he started dancing on top of that mountain in Oregon, and just like word of mouth, he was just like just kept getting choreography jobs, and just now he's in the Mecca with his talent.
Okay. Awesome. Oh my god, we've been talking about them for like 20 minutes. We should
Yeah.
move on.
Okay. Okay. Who to next?
Let's do Ashley and Manuel from
Okay.
Rochester. Ashley is 32 from Rochester, New York,
Hmm.
and then Manuel is 35 from Puyo. It was either Puyo or Cuyo, Ecuador. I didn't look it up,
I
but
didn't either. But I need to say that, so this is how the episode started with her having a panic attack
yeah.
driving.
Hmm.
Get off the road. Don't call your sister. Get off the road. You're
Yeah,
feeling lightheaded.
that was
Ashley,
bad.
from the rest of the episode, I like you.
Yes.
Don't be a duh.
Yeah, that was really just like you can pull over. Nobody's
Yeah.
going that fast. Just pull over. You
Yeah.
don't have to keep driving. It's okay.
Hmm.
It's also hard to do anything when you're having a panic attack, but you should not be driving when
Yeah.
that shit is happening.
And then like she started getting lightheaded. I'm like, even more. Pull
Yeah,
over.
yeah, pull over. Oh my god. So she tells us that yes, she is a black Ashley. She loves to dance, learn things. She's a poet, she's a witch, she's a tarot reader, she's an astrologer, and she specializes in shadow work. She also lets us know that she is a good witch.
Did she use the
And
term good witch?
yeah, she said I'm a good witch.
Okay.
Um and they show her doing some kind of like reading with a client, and then she goes, all that doubt, all that, those doubts in your mind, childhood trauma. I'm like, okay, very true, probably true. Also, you can't just like leave it there. Just childhood trauma. I really liked her. Like
I did too.
she seems like very good-hearted and sweet, just maybe a little bit of like a chaotic person. Like her friends don't seem to really trust her instincts, and neither does her sister.
Mhm.
But I don't know. She just seems like a very she seems a she seems like she just wears her heart on her sleeve kind of
Yeah,
person.
she's really spiritual. I liked her vibes. I liked her energy throughout the ITM and when she was interacting with her friends. And she was kind of like, I forget exactly what it was, but she was kind of like down to earth. Like
Yeah.
there was something about it. Yeah, I liked her a lot. The witch thing, I'm totally here for. Like
Hmm.
I think that they might be playing up like how, I mean, if she calls herself a witch, she calls herself a witch. But I think it's cool. Is that wrong of me to say? Like I
No,
like
and
all
I
that
think
spirituality, like tarot, like all of it plays into something that is mainstream. Like she has an altar that she like prays to or something. That's in a church. Like
hmm
like she might say spells, but it's like basically I think that anything that I understand of like what is it called Wicca?
sorry, what was
Any
that?
is it called Wicca? Is that the term?
Oh yeah, Wiccan. Yeah, I think you are a Wiccan and or you practice Wicca, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
but like any like if you break it down, it's not weird. It's normal. Or it's not
Religion,
scary. It's not scary.
I have
Or
heard that religion is just a cult over time.
yes,
And
yes, that
like
is very
I
true.
went to this museum of like magic in Rome, and like there were all these different cults in Rome, and then Christianity came in, and the way that they like got people to get on board with Christianity and kind of like unite them as like an army and like a nation was by kind of picking and choosing pieces of this like magical cult, these magical cult practices
Hmm.
into something that would work kind of for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And Christianity was just one of those cults. It just happened to like hang on the longest.
Yeah.
Uh,
People need something to believe in. People
yeah,
need to follow.
I think she explained her spiritual practice or her witchiness in the best way that I think I've ever heard. She said
Mhm.
that she works with the elements,
Yes.
like
Oh, there's a I was listening to, have you ever listened to ologies?
yes, yeah,
There was a witch one. the other
Oh,
week.
cool.
Yeah. And the guy, the person in it, like he, okay, sorry, I can't, I think, I- I'm just gonna say they. They did a really good job explaining it, and it. I want to be a witch, but I can't be because
I mean, you could be.
I could be.
Yeah, why not?
Probably because I'm lazy.
So I
But yeah,
do
you should
think
listen to that. I'm gonna re-listen to it because I want to understand Ashley more.
totally, yeah. But yeah, I really like that she explains it that it's like working with the elements.
Mhm.
And so she says that she went to Ecuador on some like biology course in college, and that's where she met Manuel. And the reason she went on this biology trip is because she like had a dream where she was working with the earth, and so then she went to her biology teacher, and then did she like tell this biology teacher about this weird ass dream? And then the biology teacher's like, "Oh, you should come to Ecuador."
I hope so.
Like that sounded really funny to me.
Yeah, the bio- the biology teacher was just like, "Hey, you sound like good vibes.
Yeah,
Go to Ecuador."
exactly.
And so this is
Uh,
10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah, they met at a New Year's party, and Manuel asked her to dance, and then they were engaged. After a week, she says they were young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yes, yes, they were.
Which I'm guessing means they just had a lot of sex while she was down
Perfect. Oh man, do you remember those days?
Yeah. And then she says that the like she was in they didn't work out, but then had a couple years apart, and then she got out of a long-term relationship, and she's like, the exes know, like the exes always know, they always come out of the woodwork when you're single again. And I'm like,
Mhm.
you're probably on social media, like probably being sad about a breakup on social media, but I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not on social media very much, but
Yeah, he
we're
just
opposite in those ways.
he got the spidey sense.
Yeah.
So he proposed again. I think she went to visit him and he proposed again, and then they got the
Mhm.
K1 visa.
Yeah. And so they had decided that he was going to come to the States because he can get construction work pretty easily. And then we find out that Manuel hasn't told his mom. Oh, and
I
we also
don't
find out, so like the two conflicts right now is, so his mom doesn't know. And then he's super Catholic. And he apparently
Yeah.
doesn't know like the extent of her witchiness.
I don't think that's gonna go very good. I don't know if you
Unless we
watch
can talk to him. Okay, just we'll explain, like, you know what? You're a witch as well. Just like your sect is just a little bit older.
Sure.
Ashley will help.
I actually think her witchiness is older than Catholicism, personally. But there was I forget what season it's on, but there was this woman, Molly, and this guy, I forget what his name was, but he came from the Dominican Republic, and she met him at like a resort on vacation, and then she brought him to the US, and then she had like an owl statue in her room, and he got wasted and started screaming about how she's a witch because she had an owl statue. And she was working with the devil. And then the next day,
Wait. Owls are like wise and have like lollipops. Like it's like crows that are
I guess, but I think owls for some cultures mean wisdom. But then I was watching this show, it's really great, called Reservation Dogs, and I guess like Native Americans in the Midwest, like you're not supposed to look owls in the eye. It's like bad luck or it's a bad omen. So I think
okay.
owls can mean a lot of different things. But anyways, her I don't think this is going to go well. I have a feeling.
Yes. I'm excited though. Her dog's name is Rico Suave.
I didn't catch that. That's really cute.
Okay, and then the drama that we left off with her is she's having the panic attack, driving to the airport to go get him, but she doesn't know if she sorry. Ashley doesn't know if Manuel made it through customs in Miami.
I am like, why the hell is she letting this man who's never been on a plane before
Oh my
do
god,
this by
yeah. Okay,
himself?
sorry. We forgot to mention that.
He's taking three different flights, right?
I don't know.
Guayaquil to Quito, Quito to Miami, Miami to Rochester. That's three flights. That what? Three transfers and two different sets of customs. Oh no, one custom
35?
because it's
Well, 2
Ecuador to the
transfers
US.
and then 1 customs.
Why isn't she with him? This is really
Because he's
dumb.
a 35-year-old man.
He's never been in an airport before. Like, I just got back from Atlanta on Sunday. I've been to that airport 3 times now. I still didn't know if I was in the right terminal, and I almost ran off the SkyTrain. I'm fine. I made it home.
Oh,
But,
and he
like,
doesn't speak the language.
and he speak English. There's a, like, whole host of reasons
It's
why she
chill,
needs to
it's
be
chill.
traveling with him.
She did some, like, spell work and, like, safe travel things, okay? Just chill.
I also don't
Ashley might
understand.
be my new queen, okay? I don't think she did anything wrong for some reason.
Okay.
But I
Listen,
100% understand your point.
um, also, why is he traveling on, like, the last day of his visa? That is I think she's good. I like Ashley, but it sounds like she's bad at planning.
No, I don't yeah, I didn't understand that either. What is this last day of his visa? I thought that the visa starts when he lands.
Yeah, I guess I thought that was too. Maybe you have, like, a certain date you need to be in the US by, use it or lose it, but I we haven't we haven't encountered this on any of the other K-1
Yeah.
situations that I've seen. I'm basically an immigration lawyer after watching this
Yes.
show for, like, 8
Mhm.
years or whatever. Not 8 years, that's a lie. But, yeah, very, very bizarre. What did you what did you think about the meetup with her friends and just, like, how her friends kinda talk about this relationship?
I think you kinda touched on it that, like, they don't really trust her instincts, and yeah, I think that's probably where I got the, like, he's going with the flow, but then they were asking, like, "Well, why didn't he tell his mom?" Oh, and then sorry, now my memory's jogging. And then she kinda reveals that he keeps secrets essentially because he doesn't wanna, like, worry, like, the people he loves.
Mhm.
And so he, like, leaves things out to protect people, and I hope that plays into their story.
Yeah, it seems like she also does that, like, her friends are like, we find all these little we keep finding out about all these little white lies. Well, actually, I couldn't tell if they were talking about her or
They're talking about
Manuel.
him.
Talking about him.
They're talking about
Okay,
him.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Can you not try to badmouth my new queen?
You know what I love about her? Well, besides her just kind of, like, she's very genuine. I get a good feeling about her, but, like, I wish I could look that natural wearing metallic pink eyeshadow and black lipstick.
And red hair.
She made it
Yeah.
look flawless.
Yeah. I really did
Wait,
like her look. Yeah.
yeah,
I have a I have a random question that was jogged in my memory because she said that she carries anxiety in her stomach.
okay.
Okay. Have you ever been hungry? I have some I have some initial questions for you, okay? Have you ever been
Um,
hungry?
yes, I have been hungry
You have
before.
been hungry. Do you feel it physically?
I do, actually. I don't always feel it in my stomach first.
Okay. Where do you feel it?
Like, I just get tired.
Okay. But you have felt it in your stomach?
Oh, sure, yeah.
And where is that stomach?
In my stomach?
Like, in your like, on your torso, explain your
Oh.
stomach.
Oh.
Where you feel the hunger.
It's like below where my rib cage ends.
Okay, okay, same. Okay, sorry.
Where's this going? Oh my god.
I am feeling phantom hunger pains. Medical professionals have told me that my stomach has been pushed up to just like right under my boobs, but I still feel hunger
Oh.
down by my belly button.
Oh, because of the bebe.
Yeah, and I said that to a couple people, and someone was like, "I feel hunger in my mouth," and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I feel hunger in my stomach."
That is so interesting. Also, holy crap, that baby takes up a lot of space.
Yes, fucking jerk. No,
Yeah.
it's gonna be cute, right? No, but I was like, I've been the last couple of days, I'm like, why am I feeling it in my regular stomach and not like by my boobs where
Oh,
everyone is telling me my stomach is?
that is so interesting.
The people are like, I feel hunger in my mouth. I was like, no, that's like you feel thirst in your mouth. You don't feel hunger in your mouth. And then someone else was like, I don't remember. And I was like, you don't remember being hungry?
Oh my gosh.
For participating in that. I'm glad
Yeah,
that
no
I'm not the only one that feels hunger in my actual stomach, typically.
Oh, man. So then we didn't really get to see we see her at the end of their segment having the panic attack
Mhm.
again and not pulling over.
Beautiful book ending by the producers.
Yes, I guess we had to start the episode with drama and this panic
Drama.
attack,
Yes,
so
yes, yes.
that's why they, threw us in the deep end. She kept mentioning that she's ugly crying. She's like it seems like she's very aware of the camera on her dashboard, just like, "Oh my god, I'm ugly crying. Oh my god, I'm having a panic attack. I'm ugly crying. I'm ugly crying." She said it like 5 times.
Also, when I'm crying, it's never pretty.
I
And
I
basically, I was looking at her, I was like, "That's just normal crying. That's not ugly crying
right.
yet."
I don't know what what would a pretty cry even look like? I
Single
don't
tear
just
in the rain.
I know when I'm crying, I'm just like like I'm literally blubbering and there's probably snot involved. You saw me cry last weekend. That was probably
Yeah.
awful.
No, that wasn't blubbering, though.
I think I got my blubbering done
Yeah.
and then I was just just tired crying.
Mm. I've seen worse from you. Let's just put it that
Okay.
way.
Yeah. Thank you.
You've also seen worse from me.
Yes. Okay, who do we have? We have do you want to do Nikki
Gino
and
and Jasmine. Yeah.
okay. You want to do
Nikki
Nick
and
Igor
quote,
slash Justin?
just
Then we can end with
yes.
Jasmine and Gina. I actually
Yes.
didn't have a ton of notes for them, but I just Igor is could that be his name?
He has fully taken on the name Justin.
Yeah.
So it's okay to back up. Nicole, she's 47 from Hoboken, New Jersey. And Justin, I believe they said he's 35. He's from Moldova.
Mhm.
This is the other couple that met years ago
Mhm.
and then are coming back together.
They met
So
like
17, I
15
wrote
years
down
ago.
17 years ago.
17.
So, okay, well,
Okay.
17 years ago, she was engaged to a Russian guy that she met, and then he was deported for some crime.
Okay. Do you think that was real?
Or he was just like, I got to get back to my live in girlfriend.
Yes. I need to get back to my whole ass family in Moldova. If he's Russian, why would they deport him to Moldova?
Where his crime was.
What?
I don't know. Like, if there's a crime, but it's also like, it's the US government. Like, how did he get into the States if he had this crime that it's all
No,
very weird.
I think he was from Russia, came to the US, committed a crime in the US, and got deported, quote unquote deported. If you're deported, you go back to your country of origin. They don't send you to a neighboring country.
I guess what I thought was that he was deported to where he committed the crime so that he could be, like, prosecuted.
Oh, she okay, I missed that
She
he
didn't None of it made sense.
okay.
And
And then sh
17 years ago, Moldova was a country, so it's not like a border thing. Like,
so bizarre, but yeah, she's now Moldova to try and find him, and she found him.
yeah, and he's like, "I got a
So 17
girlfriend."
years ago would have been 2005 based on when she's telling the story because it was filmed last year.
Mhm.
There was Google in 2005.
We were just graduating high school.
So Facebook could have been a thing, but is this Russian man who's
No,
committing crimes in Moldova
it
gonna
wouldn't have
have
been a thing
Facebook?
for them. No,
How
no,
the
because
fuck did
at
she
that
find
point,
him?
well, no, she probably, like, she had his phone number and all that stuff.
But he was running away to his second family. Like, what?
So maybe he did get deported. I don't know. Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. I cannot make this make, like,
No,
any
it doesn't
kind
make
of
sense to me.
sense.
So 17 years ago, she was 30,
Mhm.
right? So then after she breaks up with this guy, she makes a profile and she starts dating and she meets Igor, but she thinks of Frankenstein's assistant. So renames him Justin because at the time she says he looked like Justin Timberlake. Now, later on, we find out that so he's now 35. If I'm doing my math right, he was 18 and she was 30.
Mhm.
He was 18 years old.
Mhm.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? I don't even think he was 18. 'Cause well, he was 17 because she says 17 years ago she flew there, and that was last year, so he was exactly 17.
No, 35 minus 18.
Last year.
Oh,
Oh,
last year.
okay. Yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
it doesn't matter.
He
Okay.
that's really
It is tiny. Yeah.
it's a gross age difference. Why would you as a 30-year-old want to even talk to an 18-year-old? I barely wanna talk
He
to
wasn't cute
30-year-olds.
back then. His cute wasn't very cute back then.
Yeah, he glowed up pretty nice, but,
Yeah.
like and that's the other thing, he, like, looks like a teenager, like, it's really creepy that she was, like, attracted to him because he was,
Yeah.
like, a lanky, skinny teenager.
Mhm.
Very
So
weird.
so after 4, like, she visits Moldova 4 times or so, and after the 4th visit, he proposes, and then they do the first K-1 visa, and then after 2 weeks, they have issues. But sorry, I wanna back up before we go into this great twist.
Okay.
So, Justin, I think they said he's a personal trainer, so
Yes.
he's just hot for a living. Great, good for
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
Nicole has an alter ego that's, I believe she said, a performing artist, Nikki Exotica.
Nikki Exotica, she's a recording artist, but then she actually makes money as a hairstylist, a makeup
Makeup.
artist, and a beauty consultant, which we learn is just telling people what kind of plastic surgery they should have.
Yes, and okay, when I first saw her or sorry, when you first saw her, how old did you think she was?
Well, I'd already seen the trailer, so I knew she was, like, almost 50, but if I had to guess just based on it's actually kinda hard to tell because, like, her skin is stretched so tight over her face, like, she could be any age. I think you would just have to go through, like, chronologically, how long would it take you to have and recover from what looks like 4 nose jobs?
You are so good at this.
You know what's also, like, messed up about her being a quote unquote, like, beauty, like, plastic surgery consultant? Like, okay, sure, you've had all these procedures. Were they necessary? Were they done well? Like, what is your lifestyle that, like, contributes to, like, the healing going well or poorly? And then like do you notice the end of her nose? Like the makeup isn't
Yeah.
really sticking to it. It's because like that happened
Oh my
with
god,
like
I love you
Michael
so much.
Jackson.
Tell me more.
Michael Jackson's nose looked like that towards the end of his life? Because you can't
Yeah.
just keep messing with like cartilage and skin and stuff. Like her
Yeah,
nose
her
is
nose.
literally like gonna fall off soon.
Yeah. So I noticed the thing about her nose. I noticed I th in between her boobs,
Mhm.
there was like a weird thing that I think is like is part of like a botched surgery, but I thought she was in her 70s. Yeah, like I just like how many like you're right, skin stretched so thin. I like
Yeah.
and I'm like, "You're 47? No way." Like
Yeah, it's pretty intense. She also says she went through an eye color change. What the hell is that?
so, she said that she's had every surgery possible from, like, head to toe, and we find out she
Mhm,
has because when she was 20, she
mhm.
underwent a sex change.
Yeah.
Is that the right word? Gender affirming.
Gender affirming or gender confirmation surgery, I
Yeah.
think is the term that people use, but, like, she did that 27 years ago. I was like I kind of really felt for her when she tells us about this because she had this really invasive surgery
Mhm.
27 years ago, so that puts us at, like, the mid-90s? Or no, was it earlier?
I don't know
Yeah,
my
so it's,
math
like, early
anymore.
90s that she had
Mhm.
this surgery, and she said she was living stealth, so she had no queer community. She
Yeah.
said she had no gay friends, no trans friends because she was trying to just, like, fit in. All she had was cis women around her, or at least after her
Yeah.
operation. That sounds
Yeah.
so freaking scary.
It does. Yeah. Yeah, I
Like,
felt for
I
her during that time as well, but I'm glad that she did the procedure and was
yeah, it
able
sounds
to,
like
like,
it
live
it was
as
very
her true
yeah,
self.
very affirming for her.
Yeah.
It also gives context to the bomb that she drops on Justin when they're, like,
2
uh,
weeks into the
trying to make
K-1.
it work the first time they got a K1.
Yeah.
They got into an argument, and so, like, this so they she's gone to Moldova 4 times. He's proposed, they got the K1, he comes over, he is still effectively a teenager because I imagine he's probably, like, early 20s by now, isn't helping with the housework because
Mhm.
he probably literally only lived with his mom, his parents. And so,
Yeah.
like, nobody house trained him, and then she gets really upset that he's not pulling his weight, and then screams at him that she's trans, and he
Yeah.
freaked out and left. And, like, yeah, that is not the way to do that.
Yeah.
I can't believe she would do that.
I don't think she holds it against him for leaving.
It doesn't seem like it. She was like, "I traumatized him." And
Yeah.
he was really depressed for a long time, but kept in contact. So it's like, she seems to understand that that wasn't the right way to go about that.
Yeah.
But I think, like, her giving the context that she had this operation 27 years ago and was living quote unquote stealth with, like, no queer community tells us a lot about what she was going through and
Mhm.
how she thinks about her transness. Basically, she just wants to, like, push it away.
Yeah, like yeah, well, towards the end of the episode, she was referring to herself as trans because before it like, because she I guess I was thinking she was living stealth, so she was just, like, denying that part of herself, like, and she's like, "I'm a woman," which is
Mhm.
great, but you I mean,
There's more to it than that.
there's more yeah, exactly, it's more there's more to it than that, but
Yeah.
it's interesting, I think she said that by the time she told him her secret that they had been dating for 2 years and she didn't say anything, which is also making me think she didn't say anything to the Russian guy, and probably this is, like, one of the first people that she told.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Um, Also for it to come out during an argument, it's like, "Girl, you've been holding shit in for a long time."
Yeah.
Like, I think all this, like, body dysmorphia surgery, like that might be a manifestation of some other more like
Mhm.
sinister psychological stuff
Yeah.
going on. But yeah, this is a very strange this is a very strange relationship. I don't know
Mhm.
if I can root for them because the way that they met is so creepy. But at least the thing that I do come back to with them is that he has gone and it seems like had other relationships, lived whatever
Mhm.
life, like, you know, they've been apart for 15 years. He's had time to develop as a person and then he's still coming back to her. So clearly there was some kind of
It's the
connection
love
there.
of his life. That's what he says, or told her. So she's gonna go to Moldova. They haven't done the K-1 visa process again yet, because apparently, did you know this, immigration lawyer, you can only apply twice.
I didn't know that. And that is, I'm surprised the US would even let you
Allows
do it
it.
twice.
Yeah, right?
That was very surprising to me.
Yeah. So they're on a video call, and he he tells her she looks beautiful, and she's like, "I went natural for you. I know you don't like me all done up." And she uses the term drag queen, which, can you tell me, if you're a woman, are you a drag queen?
Well, I think she's just like, he doesn't want me in like makeup that looks like a drag queen. And yes, cis women can be drag queens,
Okay.
call them bio queens. Wait, we saw some in San Francisco. We saw some bio queens.
No, but they were dressed up like men. They were calling
Oh, that's
themselves
true.
drag kings.
Drag kings, that's true.
So basically, like, is it just an aesthetic of this like over the top look?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Basically, I guess I'm like confused because she is using older terms,
Uh-huh.
and talking it through with you, it's because she's not, maybe now she has more exposure to the queer community, but
Mm,
anyway, okay. And so he's saying that he likes a more natural look because in Moldova they're closed-minded, and like, I don't know if he says that being gay is a crime, but like there's not trans rights, and like he doesn't want her to be like called out for it.
yeah, I think just generally the makeup, like I don't think of Moldova like I think of,
Hotlanta.
Hot Hotlanta or, like maybe Rio de Janeiro or like what's a big fan like Chisinau, it's probably like the biggest, like the only city in Moldova. Sorry, Moldovans, I don't know a lot about Moldova, but it's probably just not a very flashy place. And so just someone showing up like done up how she would, we see her driving like a pink Beamer in like an
Mhm.
all magenta outfit with like her hair blown out and all this stuff. Like her just regular Tuesday is like the most glam anybody's ever been in
Exactly,
Moldova.
yeah.
So
Her the earlier in the episode when she was explaining Nikki Exotica, and it was like, "Nikki Exotica's this, Nicole's
Mhm.
this," and I'm like, "But your look is still pretty over the top, like,
I thought that
glamorous."
too. I definitely wrote that down.
Yeah,
Like she wanted a persona so she could come home and feel normal, but everything about her is over the top.
cat's name is Vicious.
Exactly. And it's not just a cat. That's like a Bengal cat. That's
Right?
like a
It's a huge.
$5,000 like exotic cat. Yeah.
I hope it has an Instagram.
So she says that she really wants this to work out because she's starting to feel desperate because she's like getting older and it's hard to find a straight man who wants to openly date a trans woman. And I think that openly part is really important because I think there's a lot of straight men that are very attracted to trans women, trans people, but they don't want to do it openly because
Mhm.
society. So she really wants us to work out. But he tells her on this video call not to break his penis. And she's like, no, I'm going to break it.
He's going to make lots of love.
And she says that the last time they saw each other, they only had sex 4 times in 2.5 weeks. And he thinks for a 35-year-old man, that's very good. And she says it's not enough.
It's not. It's not, especially when you're seeing each other for just
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah. And in her she got they like then cut to this ITM of her talking about how like she's not happy with the sex life and like she's very worked up. Like cuz they're cutting back and forth between the ITM of her like yelling about how upset she is and then like going to her conversation with him on the
Well, I didn't take it as, like, her being
screen.
upset, it was her explaining, like, 17 years ago, they were all over each other and,
Mhm.
like, he was satisfying her in all sorts of ways, and, like, now
Mhm.
there's this, like, kind of, like, mental block with her
Mhm.
genitalia, and she kinda understands it, but it's also, like, I don't think it's okay, and I don't think she thinks it's okay, but I think she knows that it's something that they have to work on.
Yeah, I guess. I would be if I were in her position. I mean, I'm not trans, so I think it's really hard for me to put myself there, but I think he will probably just need like a lot of time with this. But it is
He's also
also
been down there a bunch of times.
yeah, it's also strange because he's been down there a bunch and he's the one like he's re-engaging in this relationship. Like he
Yeah,
proposed to her again. It's not like he's an 18-year-old with no like life experience
yeah.
anymore. Like he's a grown ass man who can like make this decision for himself, but he's like for some reason moving in this direction that makes him uncomfortable or that he's not like accepting her as a whole
Mhm.
person. So
Yeah.
very, very odd. Very
Yes.
strange.
Very odd. For the record, they should have been doing it at least once a day, if not
Oh,
twice.
of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're long distance, you have to make up for lost time.
4 times a week or so 4 times within 2 weeks is 2 times a week. That's not enough.
Mm-mm.
No.
That's like yeah,
No.
that's no good.
That's like prudes. No offense to prudes, but, the other before we jump into Gino and Jasmine, why are they not on before the 90 days?
I think because they already have the K1 because they say
They
that she said that they went to Mexico and he proposed and they applied for the K1 again.
No.
No?
She's going to Moldova to
Oh.
decide if she's gonna apply again, if they're ready to apply again because
Oh,
it's only 2 times.
my journalistic queen. Thank you.
We get to the bottom of things here on We Watch Stupid.
We do.
Producers, maybe Jasmine can tell me why as a producer, why Nicole and quote Justin.
So weird.
Sorry.
Does he look like Justin Timberlake in his younger photos?
No, I
No.
mean, sure, maybe he had, like, weird blonde hair, um, but I think I haven't fully formed this thought, but I think that there's some sort of, like, parallel of, like, so she's trans, but he changed his name willingly, or, like, I think there's some complicated childhood trauma. Sorry.
It explains a lot.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Let's go back to our queen,
Oh
our
my
original
god.
queen.
Ugh.
It starts out and she's going on a party bus for her bachelorette party,
A
and
neon bachelorette party bus. They like zoom in on the neon graffiti on it and it says like samba, like Roomba or something. And they have a huge blow up penis that
oh my god.
they're holding out the window and then they put a hat on it and call it Gino.
It looked just like him. It was
It really did.
incredible. That brought me so
Um
much joy.
yes. Would you wear a suit to this kind of event?
If I was Jasmine, yeah.
Okay.
But if you notice later on, was she wearing pants before? When she walked on the bus, she was wearing a suit, or
Well,
like a
when
white
she
suit.
walked she walked on, yeah, she was wearing, like, a full, like, full length, full pants suit.
Yeah, but those pants came off real fast.
Yes, they did.
And she, like, mooned the police or something. Oh my god, I love her. I love
That
her.
was incredible. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
which so she takes her clothes off, and then she explains to us that oh, wait, sorry, we need to go back. I need to go
Okay.
back. She explains in her ITM that she doesn't go for attractive men because she's jealous,
Yes.
and then describes Gino as fat belly, flamingo legs, what's that? Shark nose, no lips.
I love the sharky nose. I just being honest. I just being honest. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. She's so good.
She's
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah.
I also realized that she got her new face seemingly for, like, this season, like, the OG 90-day season. 'Cause, like,
Mm.
on Before the 90 Days, her last season, the Before the 90 Days, they're, like, toggling between her faces, like, throughout the
Yes.
entire season, but it seems like she's gonna have mostly this face
Yes.
for this season.
Yes. And this butt. So she says that she lost weight and she lost her butt, what like little she had of her butt, and Gino likes her
Uh-huh.
butt. So she got butt implants and she
Oh
spent
my
her
god.
wedding dress budget on her butt.
No, 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 no. She was forced to spend the money on butt implants
You're correct. She was
because
forced.
because
Gino is
Gino is
cheap.
cheap and doesn't understand how expensive it is to look good. And I am 1,000% on board with this kind of girl math because
Yes.
Gino doesn't understand how expensive it is to look like Jasmine looks, but he likes it. You know,
Mhm.
he wants her to be hairless. He says she's the most beautiful woman he's ever been with. But like, what do you think?
Yeah.
How do you think it
It's
goes
not for
there?
free.
It's not for free.
No. Um, so I love her so much, and she's got the pillow that she brings to the bar, and yeah.
This smells like ass.
Okay, so let's jump to Gino in Canton, Michigan, takes a leave of absence for a
A
year to help her
full
get
year.
settled.
Yeah. And he's saying he's leaving for a year to focus on Jasmine. I put in parentheses filming because I think that's really what it is here. Um they flash back. He says their relationship is up and down on a daily basis. And I don't know if you noticed in the ITM when they're interviewing him about the relationship, but he starts smiling as like kind of smiling when he's like, we fight about everything, the prenup,
Yeah,
like
oh,
money, da da da. And then by the
great,
end,
great production work.
and then by the end, he's not really smiling anymore. They give us some flashbacks to Before the 90 Days, where like the first season where they were on 90 Days,
Yeah.
Before the 90 Days, where we find out that he sent her nudes to his ex, and then
Uh-huh.
he keeps saying they're not nudes, they're topless photos. He's reminding us that he is complete and utter trash.
Yeah.
Her screaming at him about the prenup, her screaming at him about prioritizing his family, and they make
Mhm.
sure to leave in him calling her a whore.
Yes.
And
'Cause
then
he
he
is trash.
says he is trash. And then he says when he thinks there's no hope, somehow they come back together. It's
Yeah.
magical.
Mhm. Just totally magical. It's flamingo legs just walk him right back to her.
Yes. Oh my god.
But what a dumbass. Why wouldn't you go part-time? Like,
I don't know. She says in her ITM that she's about to move there and they're going to be together day and night 24/7 and it's very scary.
yeah, that does sound scary.
I don't
But
know.
I
Maybe
really but,
because
you know, it'll be sweet. They'll, like, cook together because 'cause he'll have the proper equipment
yes.
in his house or apartment.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea for him to be there
Both of them
with
not
her full
working.
time. Both of
Both
them
of them
not
not
working, just
working.
staring at each other, because then it's gonna set an expectation for how much attention he can give her on a daily basis, and then
Correct.
he'll
Yeah.
go back to full time, and she'll fucking flip out again.
Yeah, and so are we thinking this is probably, like, January, February that they're filming?
Oh, maybe because they were
Like, when
talking
she's
about
leaving. Mhm.
wedding dates in April, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just thinking, like, weather. Like, it is gonna be cold there, but it's not gonna be,
Yeah.
like, middle of winter. I wanna talk about the wedding dates in April, but first, I wanna say thank you, producers, for that unnecessary clip of him looking like he's going for a run on the treadmill in boat shoes, jeans, his hat, and a button down. Turns out he's,
Yes.
like, looking at a used
Treadmill.
treadmill. Oh god, it was so good. And he's
Like, he
so gross.
shows he's so gross. He shows up to bother this Craigslist person or Facebook Marketplace person with a vehicle that can't transport a treadmill. Like,
Good
why are
point.
you wasting this person's time? This is so dumb. Whatever.
Yeah. He wants to give Jasmine everything that she wants, but doesn't think that it's a good investment for him to get her a treadmill.
Also, isn't a new treadmill like $2,000? And then this one is 200?
Is
Like,
that how much she said? Yeah. Man.
he is he has no idea what it's gonna take to keep Jasmine happy, and I
No.
hope that he
And
gets screamed at and shamed publicly.
yeah. And I'm really excited for when he finds out that she got a new butt instead of buying a wedding dress. So excited about that.
She was forced.
She
Dana,
no other choice.
no other
Hands
fucking
tied.
option.
Yeah.
She No other option. I don't know why you're talking about like she had some other
You're
use for
right,
that
you're
money.
right. I Jasmine, you were forced. I love you. I can't wait to go wedding dress shopping with you.
Yes.
Okay. How do you pronounce her son's name?
Sound like Quanse or Wanse? Yeah.
Wances. He's the older one. There's a younger
Yes.
kid, but so she's a cool mom.
She's a cool mom. She has an out of this world connection with her older son Quanse, and they eat things they can't eat with his dad.
Ice cream,
So,
junk food.
AKA she spoils him to be the cool mom.
Yeah, which well, we knew this that sons live with their dad or dads. We don't
Mhm.
fully know, but now we know that they have that A, Gino's met them,
Yes.
and
Papagino.
Papa Gino,
Papagino.
yeah, and that they do have a plan for the kids, and that is for them to move to the US with her, and the dad's okay with it?
I don't understand
So many
this, but
questions. So
but
many
sure.
questions.
Maybe they think that they could get, like, a better education with less money or something. I don't know how, like, I'm sure if this is the case, that means that her ex-husband met Gino and said, "Okay, I'll let my son, light of my life, live with this man." That's the part I don't understand.
Well, so I mean, who knows if this dad has an out of this world connection with his son. But when she was saying, okay, like the junk food and okay, having a family member who's going through a divorce, very different than Jasmine and her ex-husband. But
Mhm.
my sister's the custodial parent. So like she's in charge of like his well-being. And then the
Uh-huh.
ex-husband, he's the one that has the junk food and all of that.
Right.
And, like, has no interest in his health. Like,
Yeah.
Jasmine seems like my ex-brother-in-law.
Yep.
Uh,
Also, she doesn't have primary custody, that tells you something.
or she gave it up or yeah.
We don't know.
Well, because one of them had, like, a sensory issue, I think, and so, like, wanted to be out of the city during the
That one was
pandemic.
living with grandma, and I think that's the younger one.
Yeah. But, yeah, I did if the I'm glad we met the son, and met a son, and I'm glad that he's, like, kinda, like, not okay, well adjusted is the wrong word, but is not like, "Okay, mom, like, cool, go."
Well, he knows that he'll be coming with her eventually. He seems excited to go to the US.
Yeah, until he finds out
It
it's
was
Michigan. Or
and
with Papagino.
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 Her son has a I don't know if it's because he's young and maybe has like his teeth are fucked up, but I thought he had a very different accent than her. But I guess if he's like living in the countryside or somewhere else and not in Panama City.
Not as dramatic.
Yeah. I just found it a lot harder to like understand her son than her.
Oh, he
But
was not speaking English, Roxy.
oh, thank you, Piff, for enlightening me to that. Oh my god. I
No.
couldn't when she tells him that she's leaving and he's not like sad immediately. I thought it was like, does she need validation even from this man?
No,
This like
she's
little
proud of him.
yeah, she does say she's proud of
Yeah.
him. I thought that was really cute because she starts
Yeah.
crying of happiness.
Yeah.
She clearly adores
Yeah.
this little baby.
Okay, so Coco's coming to the US.
I love this scene so much. The only member of her family that she gets to bring. So she
Yes.
wants him to be the cutest dog at the airport. So
Yes.
she's taking him to the groomers.
And he has a diaper on.
Oh my
And then we
god.
find out that he's not potty trained, but sorry, he suffers from anxiety.
He suffers from anxiety. He can't possibly pee outside, Piv. He suffers from anxiety.
Okay.
She's like so insane in the best fucking ways.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, I love it. It's so funny.
So, I thought that she was gonna start getting mad at Gino for, like, making fun of her dog. But the telenovela starts. I cannot pretend to be happy.
Because of this rude ass message from your sister ordering her. It was an order, and she did not even say hello. Hi, Jasmine. It was an order, like a command. I had to have compassion for this woman. I have to have compassion.
Okay.
I lost myself. Sorry, I lost myself in the
No,
Jasmine impression for a second.
No, it's beautiful. It makes me so happy. So, the text message, it was like, "Hey, we're gonna be in Florida these days. Can you not make the wedding, like those days?" Or
Mhm.
whatever. And then there were, like, 2 or 3 exclamation points, and that was it.
Uh-huh.
And
Mhm.
then I forget what Jasmine said back, but she was like, "Thanks for the heads up."
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you're engaged to the love of your life. You're moving, you're going to Michigan from Panama City.
Yeah.
You receive this text message, and it's
Mhm.
it's phrased this way.
Mhm.
How are you reacting to it?
Honestly, I didn't think it was that polite of a message, but I would assume positive intent. Like, it
Correct.
is weird that it seems like that's the first thing that they ever sent her, but if you know Gino, you know he's not exactly doesn't seem like he's been to finishing school,
Nope.
so I wouldn't have very high expectations for
Despite
etiquette.
the hat.
I wouldn't have very high expectations for etiquette from any of his family. I wish I could blow it out of proportion like this. It seems like fun.
Oh, yeah, totally. So, I agree with you. I read the text message and I was like, "That's a bitchy move." like, way
Yeah.
better ways to phrase it, but
Mhm.
whatever, not everyone is
Mhm.
perfect as me.
Yes.
And Jasmine really maybe that's what Jasmine is expecting people to be as perfect as her. She's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So, but yeah, and I mean, like she's I guess they have started planning the wedding because she got her butt done. But like planning a wedding is so freaking stressful and there's so many
Yeah.
opinions and like
Mhm.
there's okay. And then like
Yeah.
she's older. So
Mhm.
well, she's not that much older than no, she's my age, but older with the wedding.
No,
But
she's not.
okay, when I was getting married, like there was a certain point where it's like, none of this is for me. Like,
Mhm.
fine. Everyone
Oh,
give me your
I was
opinion.
I was there with you.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah. Just throw your opinion at me, see how
Uh-huh.
I can work it into it, right?
Yeah.
But families get really gross and ugly, and I need to shit talk some of my family members right now.
Go for it.
It's not about the wedding, but recently we had an announcement. You might be
Mhm.
I'm have a condition.
Yeah.
And
She's with child people.
someone someone still has not said congratulations or that they're excited for us or any of
Hmm.
that, but did make a point to say, "Well, we're going on vacation, so don't have the shower during these days." I was
Oh.
like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna have the shower in the next, like, 4 months." Like, this was a long time ago, like, 4
Yeah.
months, and you sound so selfish right now. I can't get
Yeah.
over it. Like,
Yeah.
ah!
Like,
People
no,
suck,
that
family
no need.
suck.
Yeah. No need.
I'm so sorry, Jasmine, you are perfect, but people suck and
I
family
guess,
suck.
like, I didn't like the way that woman phrased that. She didn't say, "Hi, hello, like, we're so excited about the wedding," which would be have been a nice
Gone
intro, you know?
such a long way with Jasmine.
Totally. And, like, she does make a good point, like, she's the one coming from fucking Panama. They didn't get to choose her date of entry. They
Yeah,
didn't get to choose when they were approved for the visa. They have 90 days to figure this out, you know?
yeah,
And so this woman asking them to plan around her immigration status and like when she's arriving is pretty selfish and unreasonable.
yeah,
Like you can actually reschedule a flight, get a flight credit, cancel the hotel reservations. It's not like it's not actually that big of a deal.
yeah.
Um
It and, like, the thing she said is, "There's no manners." Like, it's
mhm,
there's "Hey, so excited to see you. Do you know what the dates of the wedding is?" Or, like,
mhm,
you could, like, just there's so many ways where you could just, like,
mhm.
plant the seed, like, give it
Yeah.
to her slowly, just saying,
Mhm.
"It'd be great if you could, like, we
Mhm.
have this planned." Like, anyway, I am not
But
here to give Gino's family finishing school lessons.
no.
I do not have
And
compassion for them.
no. And then if she hadn't been so rude, we would have gotten to see Jasmine screaming at full volume at
Yes.
Gino on FaceTime, also at full volume in this dog salon. I have to do some shopping for Coco.
Yeah.
We're about to leave.
She was yelling. It was awesome.
I loved them cutting several times to like
The
the like
workers,
teenage dog salon workers being like, "Do we need to be here? Like what?"
"Do you need some water? Do you need a place to sit? Are you physically okay?"
I I really don't well, I don't like Gino on so many levels, but the fact that he has been with Jasmine for 3 years and still doesn't know how to talk to her is insane to me. Like, the fact that he is mad about how they fight so often and has done literally nothing to change the way that he communicates with her, just, like, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the literal,
Uh-huh.
like
Definition of
definition of insanity. And no, I don't think Jasmine should have to change anything about herself because she is what?
perfect, queen,
Yes. So
immaculate.
the way that he like takes this hard line with his family makes no sense. He gives her no nugget of validation in any of this. And then he's like, you need to have compassion for her. She meant well. She did. Do you think Jasmine gives a fuck in this moment? No. And then he gets all like big man and says that they're going to be there, aka they're
Yeah.
going to
He's gonna do
like,
everything in his power to make
yeah,
it so they're there.
aka he's going to change the date that they had agreed upon for this wedding so that they can have their Florida vacation. And then she calls him a jerk. I am the one who has to. No, she shouldn't have to
Okay.
have compassion.
She should have to have compassion. What are the chances that this Florida vacation is to Legoland?
Legoland. Is there a Legoland in Florida?
Yeah, that's where he took his ex like girlfriend or wife or something.
You took her to Disneyland. You took her to Legoland.
That's probably why she's extra upset about this.
Wow.
Everyone's going to Legoland but Jasmine.
Everybody is going there except for her. Jesus. Hopefully he takes her there on a honeymoon.
It really tickled me when I put that together.
And then she signs off on him saying, say hi to your lovely family.
And they are lovely.
Oh my God. It makes it really makes me sad that like Gino is digging his heels in and communicating in such a stupid way with her and like driving this wedge before she even gets there, because I really feel like she could bring so much color and like humor to this like weird family that makes disgusting pasta, you know? Like she could really bring a lot to the Gino family brand, and he's making it so that she's like they're going to reject her before she even gets there.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
And they could all just go to Legoland and bond.
I know.
Okay. Anything else with them?
She says she knows she's going to be so lonely and she's freaking out about moving there without her family, without her kids, and then Gino hates her dog.
Mm-hmm.
So like she already hates Michigan and she's not even there. But and then Gino's not going to have a job, so he's not going to be able to pay for like what else do you think she could get done at this point?
For plastic surgery?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can always get facials. You can always get your nails done, your hair done. Like that stuff adds up. I don't know if it'll be like a procedure, but yeah, there's so
Yeah.
many things you can do. You can get
She could do an
massages.
she could do an eye color change, maybe.
Oh, yeah. She should call up Nicole and
Yeah. Get a
find out. Yeah.
consultation.
Her boobs looked huge in the ITMs.
I think she must have had them
Huge.
at some point. Yeah.
I wanted to lay my head on them.
Or maybe she's just gotten skinnier so they're more like prominent,
Yeah,
you
it was
know?
like
But
it
yeah,
was
it's
like
a
really there.
yeah, they look very bimbo, but I think that's the vibe that she's going
Yeah.
for.
So I've got a fuck Mary kill, but it's like pretty basic.
Okay.
Okay. So the three couples that we met. So
Mhm.
Ashley and Manuel, we're gonna
Mhm.
skip Gino and Jasmine because we know we'd fuck
Yes.
Jasmine and marry her
Yes.
and kill Gino. So okay, sorry. So Ashley, Manuel, just of what we know about them.
Yeah.
Sophie and Rob the Knob, and then
Uh-huh.
Nicole and Justin Igor.
Okay. Justin Igor. Like, who would I fuck? Who would I marry? Who would I kill? Just
Yeah.
out of all of them. Okay.
Yeah, but like it's them as a couple.
Oh, I see. I
Okay.
see. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, so I have to have them as like a package deal.
Yeah.
My instinct is to marry Ashley, but like we don't know Manuel.
Mhm.
So, like, I don't know. But maybe she could, like, if we were married, maybe she could, like, cast a hex on Manuel and keep him away from me?
If you don't like him, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
But who
Okay,
knows
and
if he's
then
even getting to the States?
he might just be stuck in Miami
Or
forever.
he, like, didn't know how to, like, deboard a plane. Like, he's just, like, in his
Yeah.
seat, frozen.
Um, I think I think fuck Rob and Sophie because like, she's a fine ass woman and that's what he wanted, and he's pretty fine. Oh my god, this is so dumb. So do you remember when he was, like, getting the apartment ready and he pulled out that package of, like, roach killers?
Uh-huh.
He was like, "I don't want, quote, unquote, uninvited guests." I thought those were Magnum condoms at first, and that by uninvited guests, he
A
meant
bidet.
children.
I was hoping that's what it was.
And I was like, "Wow, that's a lot of condoms. Those are very
Big
big."
condoms, yeah.
Big condoms. Yeah, so I fucked them, and then Nikki is, she's got her own issues, but I don't like this whole creepy going after a teenager thing, and then I don't like that Justin Igor just changed his name without a thought, so kill both of them. Like, not super, like, kinda team no one with their situation right now. What would you do? I think that's a good one.
I would marry Ashley and Manuel because she's my new queen. I
Yeah,
need her in my life,
yeah,
regardless if Manuel's good, if we like him or not.
y
I'd fuck Nicole and Justin because I'm into him, and I think she's got
yeah.
good energy. I mean, it is a
Okay.
weird, like you brought up, it is a weird thing, but I mean, I think I could learn a few things from Nikki Exotica.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And then Rob and Sophie kill him. I'm just bored.
Yeah. It is you know what? With Rob and Sophie, I think we might get a lot of mileage
The
from how
bisexual
dumb they
thing.
are,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
because they're gonna have arguments and they're gonna be really fucking dumb.
She's so young.
Yeah. They're gonna have some really freaking dumb arguments that I will probably get a chuckle out of. But, yeah, I also don't I'm also kind of team no one
Yeah,
with them. But, yeah, Justin is really hot. Justin Igor.
yeah,
Just Igor.
yeah. I'm surprised how much I like Ashley right now because usually we don't like the Americans.
It happens every so often. Trying to think. It's happened.
I
Trying to
guess we
think if
like
there was
we
anyone.
were more like team Misha than team
Yeah.
Nicola, but
Yeah.
I wasn't like, "You're great, Misha."
Right, yeah. Flat earther and whatever. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. If Ashley keeps teaching me new ways to, like, do cool makeup, I'm
Yeah.
all for it. I hope she keeps diagnosing people with childhood trauma. That will never get old.
It's also not wrong.
It's also not wrong.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about our perception of time, and it the long and the short of it is when you are learning and experiencing new things and, like, taking things in, time goes slower. When you look back on it, it's slower, and so when you're a kid, you're constantly taking in all this stuff, and it's yeah, my childhood seems like so long,
Right.
doesn't it? And it
Yeah.
wasn't that fun. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I wasn't, like, getting laid.
But then, like, last week, like, what did I even do?
No one knows. And
Yeah.
yeah, no one
It was like
knows.
it was, like, ostensibly 7 days. It felt like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
I was
But
just eating
childhood trauma,
chips.
sorry, I thought of that because, like yeah, like, whatever happened in your childhood, you remember so much because
Mhm.
you were learning so much, and so
Yeah.
those periods of time anyway, like, talk about the longest wait between Thanksgiving and Christmas as a kid. Oh,
Yes. Okay, is that all we got, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in to We Watch Stupid. Appreciate your patience with the late release. And yeah, we'll see you next week with more stupidity.
I like that sign off. More stupidity to come.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.